There are very few people who willingly walk away from a dream. Daniel Craig did. Not because he stopped loving the character, not because the movies failed, not because audiences disappeared. In fact, he walked away at the very moment most actors would have held on forever. For 15 years, he was James Bond, the face of one of the most successful film franchises in history. Billions of dollars at the box office. Worldwide fame. A legacy that would outlive generations, yet behind every red carpet, behind every perfectly tailored tuxedo, behind every explosive action scene, Daniel Craig was quietly paying a price that almost nobody could see, because becoming James Bond changed his life. But staying James Bond nearly consumed it long before Hollywood knew his name. Daniel Craig wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing purpose. Raised by his mother after his parents separated, Daniel discovered acting almost by accident. It wasn't glamour that attracted him. It was transformation. The idea that an ordinary person could become someone completely different for a few hours fascinated him. While many children dreamed about becoming athletes or musicians, Daniel imagined himself on a stage. His dream sounded unrealistic. Professional acting offered no guarantees. Thousands tried. Very few succeeded. But uncertainty never frightened him. Standing still did. At London's Guildhall School of Music and Drama, Daniel quickly discovered that talent alone wasn't enough. Every student had ability. Every classroom was filled with future stars who believed they would make it. Most wouldn't. The industry was simply too competitive. Daniel watched classmates struggle. Some eventually left acting altogether. Others accepted that success might never come. Daniel wasn't immune to those doubts. There were days when rejection felt personal. Auditions came and went. Phone calls never arrived. Months passed without meaningful opportunities. Still, he kept training, kept reading scripts, kept believing that preparation mattered, even when nobody was watching. Because opportunities have a strange habit of arriving without warning. When they finally did, they weren't glamorous. Small television appearances, supporting film roles, characters that disappeared almost as quickly as they appeared. But directors noticed something different about Daniel Craig. He never seemed interested in looking like a movie star. He wanted to feel real. His performances carried weight. Even in small roles, audiences believed him. That authenticity slowly opened bigger doors. Then came the opportunity that would redefine his entire life. James Bond. The announcement shocked the world. Some people celebrated, many didn't. Before filming even began, Daniel became one of the most criticized casting decisions in modern movie history. Newspapers questioned him. Fans mocked him online. Some insisted Bond should never be played by a blonde actor. Others claimed he lacked sophistication. Entire websites appeared demanding his replacement. Imagine carrying that kind of pressure before saying a single line on camera. Every mistake would be magnified. Every success questioned. Most people would have felt overwhelmed. Daniel Craig chose silence. He refused to defend himself publicly. Instead, he decided to let the work speak first. Then Casino Royale arrived. Within days, criticism turned into admiration. The audience discovered a Bond unlike any before him. This wasn't an untouchable superhero. He made mistakes. He bled. He loved deeply. He suffered loss. For perhaps the first time, James Bond felt completely human. Daniel hadn't simply inherited an iconic character. He had reinvented him. The risk paid off. Critics praised his performance. Fans embraced the darker, more emotional direction. Hollywood had found its new Bond. But success often creates expectations that become impossible to escape. Every new Bond film demanded something greater than the last. Harder stunts, longer filming schedules, more dangerous action sequences. Daniel insisted on performing many physically demanding scenes himself whenever possible. The injuries accumulated quietly. Broken teeth, torn muscles, damaged knees, shoulder surgeries. Years of wear that audiences rarely noticed. Each movie pushed his body further. Each production required months of recovery. Yet when the cameras rolled again, he smiled, adjusted the tuxedo, and became Bond once more. The audience saw confidence. They rarely saw the pain behind it. Fame introduced another challenge. Privacy disappeared. Suddenly, strangers believed they knew everything about him. Tabloids followed his movements. Photographers waited outside restaurants. Simple family outings became international headlines. Daniel never enjoyed celebrity culture. He rarely attended unnecessary events, rarely discussed his personal life. His marriage to actress Rachel Weisz remained remarkably private, largely because both understood that protecting a relationship sometimes means protecting it from public attention. In an era where visibility often became currency, Daniel chose something far more valuable: peace. As the years passed, another fear quietly emerged: not failure, success. Specifically, the fear of becoming trapped by it. History is filled with actors remembered for only one role. Daniel didn't want that future. He respected James Bond, but he didn't want James Bond to become his entire identity. Walking away meant enormous risk. The franchise guaranteed global recognition, financial security, career stability. Leaving meant starting over. Again, when No Time to Die premiered, audiences expected another exciting Bond adventure. Instead, they witnessed something unexpected. A farewell unlike any the franchise had attempted before. Daniel's final performance wasn't merely about saying goodbye to a character. It was about completing an emotional journey that had begun 15 years earlier. For him, Bond had never been just an action hero. He was a man capable of fear, sacrifice, love, loss. That emotional complexity became Daniel Craig's greatest contribution to cinema. After Bond, many wondered what came next. The answer surprised them. Instead of searching for another action franchise, Daniel embraced completely different roles. His portrayal of Detective Benoit Blanc in the Knives Out films revealed an entirely new side of his talent: humorous, warm, playful, tauntingly intelligent. The transformation reminded audiences that great actors never stop reinventing themselves. They refused to become prisoners of past success. Looking back today, it's tempting to measure Daniel Craig's career through awards, box office numbers, or blockbuster franchises, but those achievements tell only part of the story. The more remarkable story is one of resilience. A young actor who survived years of rejection, a performer who ignored worldwide criticism, a movie star who sacrificed his body to create authenticity, and finally, a man brave enough to leave behind the role that made him famous. Not because he had to, because he knew it was time. That decision says everything about who Daniel Craig really is. He never chased comfort, he chased growth. Perhaps that's why his story continues to resonate, not because he played James Bond. Many actors have played Bond. Only one transformed him for an entirely new generation. Only one accepted extraordinary pressure and emerged stronger because of it. Only one walked away while still standing at the top. Because sometimes the greatest act of courage isn't accepting the role everyone wants. It's knowing exactly when to let it go. And perhaps that is Daniel Craig's greatest legacy. Not the gadgets, not the Aston Martin, not the tuxedo, but the quiet confidence to keep evolving, even after becoming one of the most recognizable faces in cinematic history. Because true legends are never defined by the characters they play. They're defined by the choices they make when the cameras stop rolling.